"Party on," the Alliance leader declared cheerfully. He'd already put the entire scene behind him and wanted everyone to have a little fun. Everyone started drinking toasts to Kevin to thank him for what he'd just done for the Alliance. The party started at 11 in the morning and didn't end until after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time they were finished, only a handful of them were able to stand up straight from all the toast they'd been drinking. Of course, Kevin was one of them. The herbal meds he'd taken had somewhat changed him, so his body recovered more quickly than everyone else. Whether it was alcohol or poison, he didn't feel the effects for long. As things started to wind down, the Alliance leader asked Kevin to follow him into one of the side rooms. "Do you know why I've brought you in here, Kevin?" The Alliance leader leaned back in his chair and rubbed his forehead. "To tell you the truth, I have no idea." Kevin looked calm on the outside, but he was in fact extremely nervous. Is he aware that I've been learning the Alliance's secret techniques? Kevin thought to himself. "I can't believe it, but after all these years, the Herbalists Society's leader is still nothing but a common thug." The Alliance leader was thinking out loud. "Kevin, it seems that you're the first person of the younger generation to join our alliance. It will be your responsibility to carry us into the future." "I know that you've been around for a long time, and I have a lot of respect for all your experience." Kevin made sure to speak very carefully to the leader so that he could stay on good terms with him. "Relax and just listen to what I have to say. This is a very serious matter. I know I'm not going to live forever, but I would like to do something to help protect you." He got up and opened a cabinet to pull out what looked like a piece of clothing made of very thin material. "Kevin, this is an ultra-advanced type of body armor that we're developing. As long as you have it on, you'll be invulnerable to any weapons, even heat," the Alliance leader explained as he put the material down on the table in front of them. "Think of it as a token of my gratitude for exposing the Herbalist Society's treachery." He took a breath and then spoke to Kevin very earnestly. "I hope you'll be able to live up to our expectations. I'm counting on you, as are my wife and the Night King. Practice hard and continue to devote yourself to the Alliance." "I'll do everything I can to help you in the Alliance, no matter what it costs me." Kevin thanked him enthusiastically. He couldn't believe how well this had worked out for him. Even though the Unity pill he'd given the leader had been very valuable, this armor was worth even more. It was definitely a win-win. The Alliance leader nodded at Kevin and walked out of the room. When he got back to his bedroom at the headquarters, Kevin immediately put on the armor. It was very comfortable, and Kevin thought it made him look a little like a superhero. Then he put his pants and shirt on over it, and you couldn't even tell he had it on. This is some real high-tech stuff. Kevin excitedly took out a dagger and tried to cut his left arm. It didn't make a single mark in the material and never touched his skin. "Wow, that's gonna come in handy," Kevin exclaimed happily. Suddenly, he heard someone knocking urgently at the door. Kevin warily walked over to see who it was. He was surprised to see the Madam Director standing there with a seductive look in her eyes. "Ma'am, have you had too much to drink? The Alliance leader is your husband. This is wrong." Kevin gulped when he saw the state that she was in. "Kevin!" She immediately hugged him, buried her head in his chest, and cried, "I really like you." "Shh, be quiet. If anybody saw us together like this, I'd be a dead man," Kevin whispered as he quickly pulled her into his room and shut the door. The director wrapped her arms around Kevin gently took her arms off of him and helped her sit down. "I think you've had a little too much to drink. I'll go make something to help you sober up." "No, I don't want any meds." She paused and stood up and walked over to Kevin's bed and lay down. "I don't want to be the leader's wife anymore. I just want you, Kevin. No man has ever made me feel the way that you do. I can't stop thinking about the night that we spent together." Taking a step back, Kevin thought to himself, "What am I going to do? She doesn't seem to understand that I was drugged that night. My heart belongs to my wife, Lily. I need to get the Madam Director out of here before she gets me killed." Before Kevin could respond, he turned to see that the Madam Director had fallen asleep on his bed. He tried to wake her up, but she wouldn't budge. "Hopefully she'll be in her right mind tomorrow morning," Kevin told himself as he got a pillow and lay down on his couch. Later that night, when Kevin was still half asleep, his cell phone suddenly vibrated. Who could be calling me this early in the morning? Kevin reached out and groped for his phone. "Hello, who's this?" Kevin wasn't angry, just a little irritated. "Kevin, this is your Uncle Thomas." He couldn't believe that his uncle was calling him after everything that had happened between them. As Kevin struggled to wake up, a million thoughts raced through his head. Why on earth would his estranged uncle be calling him now? Deep down, Kevin knew that this call would change everything. Why would my estranged uncle be calling me now, especially in the middle of the night? Kevin asked himself as he stared at his phone. Kevin still remembered the bloody scene at the Williams family's mansion in New York when his parents, Mitchell Cook, and his other friends had been abducted and abused. Kevin thought long and hard before responding. Finally, he sighed and asked, "What's the matter?" Even though his family had done terrible things to him, he couldn't bring himself to be unkind. That's what made him a better man. "You need to come back home and see your grandfather for the last time," Thomas sighed in despair. When he heard this, Kevin's eyes grew wide. Although Grandpa Williams was very old, he was still in very good shape and he had been training his whole life. He should be able to live for at least another 30 years. Is he ill? Kevin's breathing became a little short. His grandfather loved him very much when he was a child. Their relationship had been strained in recent years, but his grandfather still meant something to him. "It's hard to talk about over the phone. If you still have any feelings for him, come to New York City right away. He's in the hospital." Then Uncle Thomas abruptly hung up. Kevin wasn't aware of it, but his body had tensed up during the call. Suddenly, he became aware of the director's breathing coming from his bed. After she had refused to leave his room, she had passed out on his bed and he had fallen asleep on the couch. Just then, the beautiful director fluttered her eyes and asked him, "What happened last night? I'm so embarrassed. I must have had too much to drink. I shouldn't have shown up here the way that I did." "It's nothing at all. Don't worry about it. Let's pretend like this never happened." Kevin softly smiled. "Thank you." The director nodded and turned to Kevin. "When will you leave the headquarters and return to Chicago?" "What? Do you want me to go already?" Kevin laughed. "If I'm being honest, I think it would be easier for me not to have you around." Kevin paused. "I understand."
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.